My name is Muwakil, and I am a founding member of the Freetown collective. The name Freetown comes from the place that I grew up in, which is now called Belmont. But before that, it was named Freetown by a group of Africans from Yoruba land, which is in West Africa, who came here in the late 1800s, and they bought land from where Picton is straight over to Belmont. And they came here as indentured laborers, not as slaves. And it was known wherever in the world you were, as long as you could find your way to Freetown, they would buy your freedom for you, and you would work and pay them back. And to me, that was a very powerful concept for music. Neo-folk, urban, contemporary. That's what we've been described as, neo-folk or urban contemporary, which to me simply means that you're telling your story, neo-folk, folk music, storytelling music, that's strongly guitar-driven and voice-driven in an urban contemporary manner. So you wouldn't listen to it and just say, oh, that's just folk music, because the manner in which it is delivered and the topics and stuff that we deal with, a lot of times it's not folky. So yeah, a lot of artists here think that Trinidad is it, or the Caribbean is it, or whatever, but there's so many places that people can accept your music if you make music for the world. But if you make music that is very niche, it's much harder to do that, you know? And I think that's where Calypso always seemed to win out. A lot of the topics were so broad that the Calypsonians could travel with their music because they spoke about humanity and human problems, you know what I mean? In the past, 4 years, we've worked on 3 different movie projects. So we did God Loves the Fighter. We acted in that as well as did the soundtrack for it. And there was a movie project called Cheese, which Lou acted in as well as he did the soundtrack for it. And most recently, a short film of mine, a short story of mine, was done as a short film in Curacao, and Lou also did the soundtrack for that. So we've been working in film as well. So music and film really gives us a lot of pleasure. I definitely see the use of the registry. It's necessary, and I don't think, well, it definitely hasn't been done before. But everything has to work in tandem. So, you know, the registry can have all these artists there, but if the legislation and stuff isn't in place for you all to fully implement, you know. So we can look at somebody like Calypso Rose, who's never really gotten that recognition before in a certain type of way, but now through the works of the registry and otherwise is beginning to get a bit of it. Some might say a little too late, but you know, better a little late than none at all, right? I heard about it from Elise, to a member of the team here, Elise Rostan, and that was like about 4 years ago. And I signed up and then I received my certification. The band itself hasn't, for whatever reason at the time, we couldn't register as a band. I'm told that we can now, so we'll definitely be doing that very soon. But I did use it so that it doesn't just seem like I'm just saying I'm an artist, which is a good help, especially when you go for visas and that kind of stuff. You know, you can see that the government of your country has recognized you as an artist. I think the most important thing for us as artists is to not fight the process when we don't need to fight it. If it's a system that is inefficient and is not working, we won't know until we invest ourselves in some way in the system, you know, and there are systems, there have to be systems. So in this particular case, I don't see anything against just getting registered.